Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
You see, I said I was ready, but I'm not really ready, but that's okay because I can multitask. I can do a broadcast and or a podcast or a rodcast, and I can multitask at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I can arrange copy for a news segment as I am speaking with both
Why
of
did
you.
you
Welcome
say
to
you
the
were
Mike
ready
O'Mara
when
Show.
you weren't?
Well, because there was so much bullshit going on during the beginning of the show.
Hey, we're preparing for the future.
Yes.
I understand that. I understand, but I sometimes it overloads me because
The
I'm ready
future
for
is
a
now,
certain
Mike.
task. Yeah, right. That's great. Yes,
You are.
the future is now.
That's what I've always
Very
said.
I've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, got this.
Good.
I've got that. Got that. That's good. Okay, I'm ready to go now.
All
I
right.
can actually start the
Hello.
show.
Start the show, Oscar.
Hello.
With a great degree.
Hello. Hello.
I'm going to put my interview questions for another interview off to the side. Angels Camp, California, White River State Park, Indianapolis, Indiana, Hampton, New Hampshire, and Uncasville, Connecticut, along with Port Chester, New York, and Hoi An, Vietnam. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now, and I'm doing a great job this week of getting the cities in. If Rob takes the time to make them up, I've got to take the time to put them on the show.
That's right.
Very,
It's a
very
salute
sad.
to
Is
the
anybody
residents.
serious question, honest answer?
Yeah.
People still sending you cities?
Absolutely.
That's absolutely true.
Yes.
All right, just double checking.
Hoi An, Vietnam. There was a guy in Vietnam listening to our show.
We should remind you that wherever you are, and this is not where you live or reside, but wherever you are,
You're there.
wherever your travelers take, wherever you are there. Oh, shake it up, baby. Now. God, Rodney. On the internet, Rodney, the gift that still gives.
I know. Have
The
you ever
greatest-
run into one of those like 15-minute montages of him?
Well, no. I watch a specific Tonight Show appearance that Rodney Dangerfield did on the Johnny Carson show. But I'm going to say that if you want to reach out to Rob and give him a city where you're visiting this summer, where you have relatives,
Yeah.
where you'd like to hear the show, even
Yeah.
if you're planning travel, we just throw him in there. It's nothing formal. So just let Rob know, Rob with 2 B's. Just put cities,
Yeah.
Rob with 2 B's, and who knows, you might hear your town.
Rob
and
at
if it's a town,
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
I'll give you one for next week.
Okay.
All right, a city that some of my formative years were spent there.
Go.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
I've heard of it.
Where I went to Marist College and studied and had some, I believe I would call it the awakening. The Mike O'Mara awakening occurred.
I know you're not a name
at
dropper,
Marist.
but do you want to mention who your roommate was at Marist College?
You mean the Bill O'Reilly joke that's not true?
It's true, isn't it? I was
No,
pretty
it's not.
certain that you were roommates with Bill
Why
O'Reilly.
doesn't somebody on the show, so we can finally put this to rest, look up Bill
I got
O'Reilly and tell me how old Bill O'Reilly is, and then I'll tell you how old I am.
Bill O'Reilly was born in June of 1959.
Bill O'Reilly is 73 years old.
That means that Bill O'Reilly is 10 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years older than
But
I am.
he
What?
served in the military and then
Yeah,
went to
and
college.
maybe he had to stay back a year.
I think Bill O'Reilly was there when they had Jesuits educating people.
Yes.
You know,
Like Liddy.
racist Jesuits.
Yeah, very good. I saw your
Bill-
plumber's show last night. It was great.
Bill O'Reilly's parents. Well, what if this is
There's a picture of them.
No, just I haven't seen this name. I haven't seen this name. I don't think in my life. Have you ever heard of
Seamus O'Reilly and Molly O'Reilly.
They were potato merchants.
No, William is one of them.
Yes.
That's a name.
Yes.
But
They were potato merchants who had a side hustle as a bar. And his uncle was
Bill
a cop.
O'Reilly went to Marist College
Yes.
and then got his master's at Boston University.
Sure.
And then his MPA at Harvard University.
So very Irish.
Yeah, you guys have similar
Yeah,
similar
hard to believe
tracks.
he's got a master's of public. Similar tracks. I got my master's of public. I couldn't get out of school fast enough. I was delighted.
But his
to.
mom's name is Winifred. I've never heard that name before.
I've heard of Winifred.
Winnie Cooper.
Yeah.
Winnie Cooper's
from
Winifred?
Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Winifred.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
And also
Winnie.
Winifred.
Also, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, but Winifred the
Winnie.
Pooh.
Hello, Winnie. Well, is Winifred is Winifred?
I don't think that's the bear's
Winifred's
name.
a girl's name.
It
right?
is.
By the way, I listen to a lot of serious satellite radio news.
Yes.
I go between my former liberal bastion of CNN to the liberal bastion of MSNBC, and they skew left. I mean, it's no secret. I don't care. I know I get my news from there occasionally. I get it also from a bunch of different places. And a matter of fact, news will be a big part of the show today, and I'll have to kind of dance around it because there's a scandal at my kid's school, and I'll talk to you about it. Yeah. So anyway, I'm listening. They put these. Oscar would know the term for them. They're not like the new spots that we have on this show.
Dynamic ads.
They are. This one is for selling your life insurance policy.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Like
Okay.
targeted ads?
There is a professional news. There's a professional old man that's obviously done 5 million AFTRA gigs.
Sure.
And he's doing, and I'm ready to enjoy life. Life. Just a puking DJ dink.
Their
and it
whole
makes me
gimmick
so
is to
mad.
get the old man to trick people into selling something they've been paying into their entire life.
Yes.
So they get all the money
Because
and
they're
they
dead.
and they screw
They're
their
soon
kids
to be
out
dead,
of it.
and they don't need the life insurance policy anymore.
Sure.
I can go. We've put off. We're going to enjoy some put off travel.
Yeah.
And I now can pay for my kids' college.
You know who would be
my
great if we
grandkids'
had
college,
one?
like an insurance policy for $100,000 is going to pay for your grandkids' college.
Well,
so they're lying on that too.
Well, what I read when I see those ads, Mike, and I know they're probably targeted to Florida, but I hear them on Sirius, so it might be a national ad where.
Yeah, it is a national.
Yeah,
ad
so when the guy is talking to you, he's like, "This is a good idea because you can't take it with you, right?"
Okay, yeah.
And then when he talks about helping his kids with his grandkid, setting his grandkids up for college,
Yeah.
all I hear between those lines in my mind is like, "What about the parents?"
Yeah.
Like my deadbeat kids can't put their own kids through college.
Although
My life insurance will pay for in-state community college.
Although the old bumper sticker of "I'm spending my grandkids' inheritance,"
Yeah.
ha 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 ha.
Oh, I've never seen that.
I used
have.
to chuckle at that before I moved down here to the most selfish place in America. That's when I used to laugh at that. I don't laugh at it anymore because it's down there. When you hear them bitch about their 3-day weekend where their grandkids came into town, it's like it's off-putting. It's off-putting to me. I like the idea. You know what? In a perfect world, I like the idea of the Waltons.
Everyone living in the same house?
Yeah, well, the way it used to be in America.
Sure, yeah.
People would gather around the dinner
What was
table.
it like
That would
I
be
wasn't
TV
here?
time. Well, my father, as you know, was Wyatt Earp's sidekick.
Wow.
No, it just, I don't know. I just feel differently. You get mixed up down here. So let me get right to the big story, the headline story of the day.
Would it help if you told it like the old man in the insurance commercial?
I'm ready to celebrate life. And it's obviously a younger guy that's trying to sound like that. But
Well, we lost.
I hate that. You know what?
Many years ago, we lost the great Mason Adams, and he left
who was
a
the
void.
definitive old guy.
He was great.
No,
on
he
Blue
was
Grand.
with a name like Smucker's. It's got to be Great Jam.
Yeah, well, he did that.
That was Mason Adams.
Also, Nuprin strength.
Okay, but he was so distinctive. He had his own niche.
Yeah.
This guy, and it's just you see him on TV all the time too. You know what's off-putting? Another thing,
What?
When the talent agents for these particular character actors that get commercial gigs, like have a great month, and they're booked on 3 different ads.
Yes,
like the same guy that I see throwing a football, because he just got Viagra, is doing an ad for antacid on a subway, and it's the same guy back to back, and they're trying to pretend they're real people. I know they're actors.
Right.
I know they're playing the role, but, spread it out a little bit, ad agencies. But that's not how ad agencies do it.
No, once you buy
get
the
in
likeness.
with one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strike
You
while the
got 'em.
iron's hot. You got to do it.
I'm ready to celebrate life.
That guy is similar to the guy with the cap teeth, the fireman.
Right.
Like I see
Do you
that
get
commercial.
Big Ed? Big Ed, Big Ed's just like you.
Oh, yeah.
He's on meds too.
Yeah. ED.
Big Ed's just like you.
Yeah.
He's on meds too. And I'm sitting there going, I busted my balls for a chunk of my career trying to get commercial gigs. And now that it's Voice 123 and each $5 an hour ad gets 40,000 auditions for it, and
Mike,
you get these guys.
You're looking at this all wrong. It would have been a futile attempt for success if you had reached it in the voiceover world, because it's over. AI is taking over.
I have to accept that reality.
AI will just do it for the agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And if they bought your likeness in some like unscrupulous contract, technically those mother effers are in there like.
All right, well then we'll ask Rob to do a slug line for the Mike O'Mara show using my likeness, and Rob will be the voice and I will be the likeness. All right, go ahead, Rob. Anything you want to say?
All right. Everybody, it is time to listen to the Mike O'Mara Show, a daily recap of what's going on in the world and three guys busting each other's balls.
There we go. That was perfect.
That was a great video play.
All right, so bear with me because I have to be a little cryptic here.
Understood.
But the sleuths will be out there and they'll know. This is not a national news story, but it's certainly a big local story.
Don't sleuth. Just enjoy the show.
Yeah, please just don't do this. I'm going to tell this story because it's top of mind and I got to vent. This is my therapy session. Okay, sleuths, so just chill out a little bit. I don't need detail online, and I'm going to be pissed off if you do it. There you go. Okay. Now that means people will be extra double careful to do it. So down here, yesterday about between 1 and 2, we get an email from the head poobah at my kid's school saying something like, I think I talked about a while back that they have security guys that have sidearms down there that are out in the parking lot. And it's first time I saw it, it was a little disconcerting. And it coincided kind of with the law being passed down here that you could conceal carry. They don't conceal. They've got it right there.
Right.
And part of me is stressed out and sad about it, and part of me was relieved about it. So it's like hey, by the way, folks, that's a gray area. As anti-gun as I am, that's a gray area. The idea of having somebody close by that could intervene in a horrific situation somehow gives me pause if they're trained professionals. Mm-hmm. Not sure I like the idea of teachers doing it, even if they're trained. I think they ought to teach and not do that. But these are security personnel that are employed, and I get it, and that's how it works. So email comes across to the extent the gist is something along the lines of one of our personnel was informed that he did not fit the criteria of the carrying of weapon. It was not blah, blah, blah. Lot of real vague speak, right? And I don't think anything of it. I say, I wonder if it's the guy I talk to all the time. Yeah. Real nice guy. I said, I hope it's not him. Flash forward to later in the evening, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock news. Security personnel member arrested at my kid's school. Turns out he is not to be using a weapon because he is a convicted felon.
Oh.
And he was convicted because he was a cop, and he got convicted of pistol whipping a kid during a drug bust. And our heads go kaboom. Let me see if I can give a little version of how my head went when we heard this on the news, not 2 hours after reading it. This is kind of what happened here.
Yeah.
Mrs. O'Mara's head, my head, just kind of crazy. It was off-putting. And
to say the least.
It speaks again, and I didn't want to call and be the squeaky wheel. I'd rather do it here and let the powers that be and the parents that are more experienced than I deal with this, because I'm sure they will.
Well, because Mike, there's two ways you look at this. One, I think there's an obvious concern for the vetting process, especially
100%.
for
right on the surface.
Right?
How could it?
Yeah,
how
right,
could there not
away.
be?
The second is, and I know you're gonna, and I'm not joking here. I just know you're gonna have people on the other side of this, and that's not how I feel. I'm concerned with the vetting process. It's like, but he was, fighting the war on drugs. Like, someone's gonna say that.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is a person who was convicted. That's all that I need to know.
Yeah.
of doing this. Now, do I believe in second chances? 1,000%. But you also, when the specific charge is somebody under the age of 18,
Yeah.
and
That's the scary
obviously
thing. Yeah.
overreacting in that situation to the extent where he did 24 months in the hoos cow, one has to wonder what's going on. But and then there's a third element here, Oscar.
He was dressed as McGruff the crime dog?
No, I looked at the guy every day. He,
Oh,
unlike
my
the guy
God.
that I chat with, every day in front of me. Every day I pick up my son.
That's weird.
Third element, hey, guys, I've had this happen now at 2 institutions where bad behavior took place. A church and now this. And there's something about these institutions, higher learning, religious institutions, where there's just an automatic spin that goes in that F's things up. Be respectful enough of the parents to communicate the entire situation. That may be, Oscar, of all 3, my biggest concern. Vetting goes without saying. Having this particular individual, because of the nature of his previous run-in with the law, probably not good either.
Well,
but number 3, you send out this clerical error?
No,
What's going on, man? Come on.
There is room for spin in any answer, but there is no gray area in a background check.
True.
No.
If our wonderful little shop here, and I know it's not a big school, it's not a big institution, but it's a common practice in any business to have a background check.
And if that is addressed, where we were, after multiple interviews, convinced that a second chance was warranted. This person's paid their debt to society.
Yeah.
Where does this handgun thing, and what am I missing about federal and local laws that would indicate that someone that has been accused of, by the way, this wasn't fists, this was the weapon.
Yeah.
It was in every news story that I read and was reported last night on the local news called pistol whipping. That, to me, speaks volumes to what's going on. So here we are.
Happens everywhere. Look, there's a very prominent private school.
Yeah, it happens everywhere, and people have a past. And
Here in DC,
people their past.
It's just they had a convicted child molester as one of
that
the
happens all the time.
One of the
doesn't
substitute teachers.
It happens all the time.
You're like, what is going on here?
First of all, vetting.
Of course, that goes without saying.
And by the way, in this day and age, with the desire to get quality people, as they, I'm reading a story just yesterday about the baby boom, my generation, the baby boomers, that we're getting so plentiful that there's going to be a greater, here's how they put it, a forever labor shortage. A forever labor
Not if
shortage.
you all continue working.
That's true.
Right?
Like me.
It's opportunity.
Like me.
Well, he's
Big
not going to
Ed's
work.
like me. He's on meds too.
No, Mike is going to sell his life insurance and not work. That's what he's going to do.
So this combined with my wife moving to a new place and, all the stress that goes along with that. And then, unbeknownst to me, on my stoop yesterday arrives, my son comes home from my wife picking him up and says to me, "Oh, you got a package, Dad." Brings it in, and lo and behold, the fat medicine that I was taking at the place was delivered to my door. And on the outside of it, it says, "Don't refrigerate. Refrigerate as soon as you get it.
Right.
Immediately refrigerate. I get the box that is hermetically sealed, like it's a cluster bomb, and I tear this thing out because I don't have a sharp object near me. Carla keeps those away from me.
I think that's wise.
And I open it up and I reach inside where that kind of ice pack, cold pack is.
So I'm guessing it's cardboard, styrofoam, then cold pack, right?
It's no styrofoam. It's actually one of those silver cold packs.
Oh, okay. All right.
And inside of that is a cold pack that is, mark my words, not tepid, not a little cool, hot to the touch.
Oh, God.
Hot to the touch. I haven't dealt with that. That'll be today's cluster F.
Yeah, because now the medicine, because I remember my mom did this. The opposite way. She froze it. I mean, she threw it in the freezer instead of putting it in the fridge.
Right. I don't believe you can bring it back, correct?
No, you can't bring it back.
It's hot.
It's spoiled.
It's in my refrigerator, and I'm bringing it over to them. I'm going to say, hey, how about a little heads up that it was coming? You know, I mean, it's good.
It's Florida, for God's sake.
This falls into the category of communication.
Why are they sending it to you? I thought you were going and getting.
I don't know. There's something going on. And I'm tired of lack of communication.
Is there anything great happening in your life?
My golf game's getting better.
That's great.
I came in second yesterday.
Second is good. Second is good.
So you got that going for you?
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you think the negative
Running
energy
out of money to play golf, but
the negative energy in other parts of your life, is it making you play better?
No.
No,
my brain doesn't work like that.
Just like
Quite
Tiger.
the opposite.
The more chaos he has, the better. Tiger goes into a lawsuit, he's going to win a tournament.
That's right.
No,
Tiger flips a car, Grand Slam.
He's back. I was hardly breathing. Working with a CPAP machine. Stomach pendulated stomach hanging over my belt. I was when I was unhealthy, I was not playing well either. It was not, and when I was in a state. No, it is. It seems like communicating seems to be job number 2 for a lot of people. And I'm tired of it, and I'm frustrated. And so somebody going to get it today. It's just got to happen. I got to be an advocate for myself, and I got to let people
can't believe that without even a heads up, they're going to tell you.
No, they might have mentioned it weeks ago, too, that they might do that, or it might be, but then it was sent back to them, and then they didn't say word one because why what was that? What was that knowledgeable look?
If they told you,
they didn't tell me.
Forgot.
They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me. You know when they told me 3 weeks ago that week it was going to be arriving,
Mike,
and then it came to their office, and then they never told me again.
I'm on your side,
yes,
but I just before the show started witnessed you.
You're on my side, so you look over. I'm good.
Well, he gets excited, Mike.
Because this morning we were proven wrong.
Him.
When Rob gave us this whole, I've sent you questions, and then you're like, oh, here it is from May 4th.
I look for 2 things from Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
Cities, an occasional sound if requested, and the commercials that we run daily.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
If I am not told, but Rob said he told me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was in, but that was back on, that was the beginning of the month. So that was
I told you,
ago.
I said I emailed them, and the medicine will be there on your doorstep on May 16th.
Yeah. You weren't burdened with any urgency to get that project done, so I understand that. And I didn't remember it. So that was the perfect catch.
So the perfect storm. I'm simply.
Zinni, would you anything?
Well, you're a busy fellow. I knew we would get to it, and we could. As soon as we sat down.
Remember, this year we're not waiting for we'll get to it. Yeah, no more busy fellas.
Fine.
We're not busy fellas anymore.
All right.
We can't afford to be busy.
You got it.
It's a pat excuse, and it's not going to be accepted.
Listen,
that's all.
I want you to be happy, all right? So we should start in the future with my golf game's great, but my son's school's messing up, and my weight loss journey has now been derailed.
Well, no, I don't think it has. If it has, I will be white hot. If that's the case, because you know what?
Will they have backup medicine at the place? They would almost have to, right?
All I know is I returned to the domicile at approximately 2:00.
Mm-hmm.
The show was done in the afternoon yesterday. I did not look out the front door. My son rolled in at 4:15, 4:20, which means there is a chance that sat out there for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Which should be fine. Which, by the way, should be fine.
Which should be fine if it was immediately sent. Protocols weren't followed. That's on the drug maker. That is not on my people, in my humble opinion.
Dear Mr. Drug Dealer.
No, don't do that.
You sent my cold pack.
Go to the wrong place.
But it's also good for me to look at it and see what it is, because it is the stuff.
Right.
It is the stuff that's helped me. And
the good
we'll
stuff.
see. We'll see. It's the good stuff. It's the real good stuff. Now,
And
can I
also,
change the
you don't know
subject
how
and let-
long
yes,
it's. You don't
what?
know how
Now
long.
you're talking now at the end of the segment. What?
You don't know how long it sat on the truck either.
It's
I mean, it's
the
it's
rhythm
horrible.
of the show. I just want to move forward now. What was the last question?
I said you don't know how long it's been on the truck either. The whole
Yes,
thing was
thanks.
mishandled.
Great,
Yes.
fine.
So
Okay,
more than 2 hours.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right. So moving right along.
Yes.
The action adventure star that the unknown action adventure star that doesn't get credit for being an action adventure star, and that is the lovely, talented, and a woman I have always admired her work, and I'm in the minority of that based on critics, Jennifer Lopez. I am all in on Jennifer Lopez when she makes action adventure style films. The Mother on Netflix. And getting, as she always does, getting horrific reviews. And I'm all in because I like Jennifer Lopez in movies. I love her as an actress. Always have.
Yeah.
Always been arguing with people about it. Like it.
You were screaming when she. What was the movie where she was the
Enough.
hotel maid?
Oh, no, that was made. No, that's Made in Manhattan.
That was terrible.
But you loved
was-
it. You
No,
loved
I
it.
did no such. That's
You loved her in
absolutely-
that. You were
that's a
talking about how
lie.
much you
I never
liked
even
it.
saw it. I never even saw it. I liked her in The Cell.
Okay.
Remember that movie?
Sure.
Yeah.
That movie got panned by critics. I liked her in a little movie called Enough, where
And-
she has an abusive relationship.
Correct.
And
And
she gets
Jiggly.
out of it, and then she. I didn't like Jiggly. That's a rom-com. Made in Manhattan is a rom-com. Don't like her in rom-coms.
The
Like her
Wedding
in
Planner.
The
Not so bad
I
in The
think
Wedding.
The Boy Next Door, I think, might be another obscure one that she was in.
Mhm.
She is fantastic when she's tough because she's so super fit. And by the way, male actors in that category, male actors are probably well into their late 50s doing those
Right.
roles. So let J-Lo have it. J-Lo's in better shape than most of those guys in their late 50s.
This is true.
Probably she'd be up there with Tom Cruise is the fitness level for someone. She's incredible to look at. And she did a great job, and I liked it, and it's #1 on Netflix, and it should be. Although it's, on Rotten Tomatoes getting
The
slammed, as
Mother
they always do.
dropped the weekend of Mother's Day, which is brilliant marketing.
Last weekend, correct.
Mhm.
And my mom celebrates women, so she likes when she sees women in these type of roles.
Okay.
My wife can,
As do I.
and my wife at times she can be a little jelly, and
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you the best example
Meow.
possible.
I think most women would be when you're watching J-Lo.
I made the mistake. Is it who's Chopra?
Deepak
Deepak
Chopra.
Chopra?
No, the Jonas Brothers' wife. She's famous.
Oh, I know who you mean. I'll
From
get her
Citadel.
name. Yeah, I'll get her name. Hold on.
From Citadel. She's the actress in the Amazon show Citadel, which is out now, which is very good. And she's gorgeous. And I made the effing mistake of saying she's very photogenic, like something like
Can't do it.
I did that, but this was like 3 shows ago when she was like on some FBI show.
Oscar, my computer is loaded with busty golf influencers.
So we're watching Citadel. and
Priyanka.
Priyanka.
Chopra.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's
Didn't somebody make a racist comment about Priyanka Chopra or identify her as Deepak Chopra's daughter? Wasn't that a big scandal at some point?
I have no idea, but let me
idiot
just
said that.
stay.
Yes. I'm sorry,
It's okay.
just my mind goes in
So-
many directions. It wanders.
The premise of this show is that she is an action adventure CIA secret agent beyond CIA for Citadel. For you fans and butchering it, I'm sorry, but good
Okay.
show. And I'm like, this is a good show to Shannon while we're sitting in bed. And she goes, nah, I can't take her seriously. And I'm like, I mean, this whole premise of the show, it's like it's all fantasy. Like trains are blowing up and they're surviving it. Like what's to
Right.
take seriously? And she says, I don't know. I might be a little jelly.
I get it.
Well, at least she's into. I mean,
Yes.
she realizes.
So
it,
then
yeah.
so this happens the weekend before Mother's Day, and then the mother comes out, and J-Lo's doing her thing on screen,
Right.
And I'm looking at my mom, and my mom's like, yeah, kicks. Like my mom likes strong characters, strong
That's
women.
Good. That's where Yuli and I have so much in
And
common.
then I see Shannon be like, she can't really do that. Like, and I go back to it has, and my Shannon's self-aware enough to say, are you a little jelly? She goes, maybe. But she's not holding on to like that she's actually some sort of critic, right?
Right.
And for me, when I looked at the Rotten Tomatoes ads as full circle, there was just a lot of people hating on J-Lo.
Because J-Lo, people are jealous of J-Lo, I think.
They were
and
mad.
People do not accept J-Lo as an actress.
Correct.
Even though I think she's always... How many movies she made? She's made dozens of movies.
Yes.
And,
I
and
think these are women...
What is it? Priyanka Chopra?
Priyanka. And remember, Oscar, you can't spell jealous without J-Lo.
Well, this also... this is a byproduct in my eyes of... I remember my father... watching the halftime show with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, it's like the Super Bowl of 18, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
While meeting the couple, Rosie O'Donnell mistakenly referred to Priyanka's father as Deepak. That was the big scandal.
Rosie. Yeah.
Prompting the actress to correct her that
somebody probably gave her
Priyanka.
some note, and then she moved on with life and then used it on TV. And
That goes back to February 23rd of 2022.
Look at you. Who says you can't remember?
There you go. I got it right in
How
front
dare
of me.
you.
That's why. I did a little dive.
So,
I care.
For me, I know my dad. My dad is a fool when it comes to,
don't say that.
So, when it comes to, knowing when to bite your tongue and knowing when to not swivel your neck. Like he will look at a woman in front of my mom, and my mom will then look at me like I looked at Rob just now, being like, this guy, right? So so he's not mastered the art of being subtle, of looking at women or saying anything to saying that when J-Lo's on the screen saying, she's got to be in her 50s. Look at her. She looks like she's 25.
Yeah.
And Shannon's drinking all this in.
And Shannon's drinking all this in, but my mom celebrates it. She's like, of course. She probably has a full team. If her job is to look good all the time, it's part of the job, right?
Do you remember what's the reality talent show she was on? Which one? Was she on American Idol?
Yes, she was.
Or America's Got Talent?
American Idol.
They all run together.
American Idol.
But American Idol, she was
stunning.
Yeah.
On a weekly basis. She has a team like you would not believe. And I've watched the documentary on her also. The thing about it is, and I'm going to get in trouble here again, as you mentioned, your dad.
From a different generation.
I think there is a cultural acceptance of that behavior in certain communities.
Yes.
That when, that is, I've always found it to be noticeable with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And, if there is some gringo, some white devil on a subway that's looking my wife up and down, I might very well say, take a picture. It'll last longer. But if I walk by, 16 Hispanic guys that are on their night out, and, to a man, they go, I say, have a nice day, fellas.
Yeah.
You're not fighting that battle.
From your people, Oscar.
You're not fighting that battle.
And there's no guarantee they're looking at Carla. They might be looking at you.
Yeah, you never know, Rob.
You never do.
You never know. But it's interesting.
Hey, that's Mike O'Mara.
Maybe he'll do Charlie.
Hispanic Charlie.
Yeah,
Hispanic
Charlie. Yes.
Oil mio.
Oh, that'd be Carlos, if I'm not mistaken.
We have to take a break.
Maybe he'll do Carlos.
Carlos Stuang Stabalong. Anyhow, why is Charlie still here after all these years? Because people love him. We'll take a break, and we will come back with more fun right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Say hello to Kiwico, where creativity and curiosity thrive. With their expertly designed crates, every project will ignite excitement, curiosity, and moments of discovery. Picture this. Michael attacking a Kiwico project, loving every minute of it, and staying away from screens. Bravo, Kiwico. From magic to engineering domino machines, each Kiwico project brings a sense of pride and accomplishment that fuels creative confidence for ongoing experimentation. And here's the best part. Kiwico does the legwork for you, so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. No commitment required. Pause or cancel anytime you want. Kiwico, where serious fun and learning go hand in hand. Redefine learning with play. Explore hands-on projects that build creative confidence and problem-solving skills with Kiwico. Get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line. Crate line. At kiwico.com/TMOS. That's 50% off your first month at KIWICO.com/TMOS. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to one of our best sponsors ever, Kiwico. We love you. Yes, Oscar.
Just for clarification, yeah, I'm a big fan of Kiwico.
Yes.
But just for Charlie, Charlie in Spanish is actually Carlitos, not Carlos. So it's Carlitos. And then if we're going to really go all in on Stu and Stabalak,
Yeah.
it should be Stu and Stabalak.
Rob, get that right into an email.
Of course.
Send it to me tonight and then remind me in 6 months.
Okay, done.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage. And ladies and gentlemen, we start with Priscilla Presley and her granddaughter, Riley Keough, have what a sad thing this whole Presley deal is. They've come to an agreement over the estate of the late Lisa Marie. Still weird to say that.
It is.
It's supposed to be the opposite, right? It's not supposed to be like this. No official word on the terms, but sources say Priscilla walked away with millions. After Lisa Marie died, Priscilla challenged a 2016 amendment to her trust that completely cut her out and left Riley in charge of everything, including Graceland and Elvis Presley Enterprises. Rob, do you have a take on that? Because I'm curious as to
I don't
what was
think
it? Was she Riley, the granddaughter, playing fast and loose with the truth there, or what?
My impression is that Lisa did it not thinking that death was so close, and I don't think Riley wanted control of EPE. Because, right now, it is not a good place to be. All of his fans are aging out. There was a major motion picture that was a huge hit last year that didn't give that industry the boon it wanted. They are not doing well at Graceland. The Elvis name is not what it was even 10 years ago.
Finally,
and
the
certainly
truth.
20 years ago.
Jesus.
So I think that probably Priscilla, who is more closely associated with the man himself, went in and said, I'll take this on if you like, and she probably was delighted to let it go.
Well, even though the media painted it as a family feud, Priscilla says, quote, "As a family, we are pleased that we resolved this together."
Yeah, it sounded to me more legal than family, actually.
Maybe lawyers were involved, and that can muck up anything.
Yeah.
She said, "We love and appreciate all of you, and the Presley family is stronger than ever." That sounds like a real resolution.
You know what?
there,
I've never heard about is, did she realize any money? Did Lisa Marie realize any money with the death of Michael Jackson as an ex-wife?
I don't know, but it's interesting.
It's
like we have the same brain.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool.
Yeah.
Rob's giving me a good segue here because Jane Fonda really let it rip. She didn't fart. She let it rip when she appeared on Watch What Happens Live. She admitted that once she went skinny dipping with Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, I said the same thing. That's why it's right here. It was when he visited the set of the 1981 classic. This is a long time ago, on Golden Pond, 1981. And it was his idea. Jane said, quote, "He was skinny." She also revealed how French director René Clement tried to get her in the sack. Here's her quote: "He wanted to go to bed with me because he said the character had to have an orgasm in the movie and he needed to see what mine were like." Wow. She's just a brash lady.
And you know what? She is making movies always.
I know. Anyway, she said regarding the director that tried to bed her, she said, "He said it in French, and I pretended I didn't understand." Jane wasn't so gabby when she was asked to name the biggest misogynist in Hollywood. She declined.
That's nice.
I'm surprised because she's very outspoken and opinionated, but says she skinny dipped with Michael Jackson.
Do you think they were the only two that skinny dipped together? Do you think Kate was in on that?
Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda.
And Dabney Coleman.
How is the skinny dipping going, dear? How are you doing? Would you like a towel? Thank you very much. There we go. Any chance to do that? Moving right along. Thank you. Have you had a chance to see Martha Stewart's Sports Illustrated? We talked about it yesterday.
Yes, everywhere.
The swimsuit cover. People, including my wife, were pretty certain that she's had a lot of work done because she's 81 and looks that good.
80, wonderful.
This seems like a PR machine putting this out. Martha set the record straight in a new interview with Variety. She said, quote, I have very healthy, good hair. I drink green juice every day. I take my vitamins. I eat very healthfully. I have very good skin doctors. I'm very careful in the sun. I wear hats or sunblock every day. Every now and then there are certain fillers that I can do for a little line here or there. But I hate detox.
Wow.
Fillers are the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's not surgery, though. It's just a filler. It's like an injection.
I truly don't do that.
It's still
a lot.
work.
I've had work yet, and I mean,
Yeah.
what does it matter? If you're at 81, you can say that you bring a crane in to fix your face.
If you don't have a line on your face like as
Right.
deep as the San Andreas Fault,
Exactly.
you literally have had work done.
Right. Admit to it. Be like that.
And
you
you
know?
might be a redneck.
She also said she was
If
pleased
you don't
that,
have a line on your face as big as the San Andreas Fault
At 80,
well,
at
I'll
81,
kick the dogs under the porch.
you
How
might
about that?
you might be a health enthusiast.
I don't know about that.
You
There you
win.
go. I get it today. Moving right along. There's a comprehensive survey out on men's bathroom habits that spans 13 countries, and it found that the place where men are most likely to sit down on the toilet to relieve themselves is Germany. We're talking about numero uno, not numero dos here.
Okay.
40% of German men say they sit down every time. Another 22% say they sit most times. Only 10% of German men say they never sit down to pee. It's so common that they even have a term for it. A man who sits down is...
Yes.
I didn't even... Sometimes I don't read ahead of my own stories.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A man who sits down to do number one is a Sitzpinkler.
That makes sense.
There you have it, the Sitzpinkler. I have to Sitzpinkel.
Hi, Pony.
Although it's got a negative connotation. That said, it isn't always a choice. It's required in some public restrooms. You'll see signs in Germany asking men to sit down on the toilet with the spray
Sure.
and ins Wasser on the floor. The other countries with a lot of male toilet sitters are Sweden, Denmark, Canada, and Australia. G'day, mate. Sitting on the potty. The place where men are least likely to sit and pee, Mexico. Only 6% of men sit there every time, and 36% say they never do. The U.S. kind of in the middle at 9th out of the 13 countries.
Regardless if it's number one or number two, I always stand.
I used to think it was strange.
You see, you missed what he just
Oh,
said.
God. I just caught it.
like cattle.
Exactly.
Like if you ever see a cow out in a field and it just falls out.
It does.
And they just keep
The way he
walking.
does it.
That's years
Just
of
keep on
training.
walking. I'm a big sitter-downer when I pee because I read. When I
Yeah.
pee. Yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, you always got to be prepared for the worst. You know, you hit mud.
Oh, Papa.
Oscar, you wanted to say something? I'm sorry,
you
or
guys killed it.
we've completely we've sidetracked you. Apple has a new mobile feature, Oscar, in the pipeline. It's called Personal Voice. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
It'll allow your phone to replicate your voice after only about 15 minutes of reading prompts and training, which is cool until you consider what would you do with this? It's like
Well, it's supposed to be a
AI.
medical aid, if I'm not mistaken.
It
Yes.
is. Apple says it's meant to make the devices more inclusive for people with disabilities. For example, people with conditions like ALS, where they lose their voice over time. This tool could help them by reading typed text aloud during calls and saving commonly used phrases. Okay, I get that.
May I give you just further context?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Think we've all dealt with our parents aging, and the ALS will just, it'll steal your, if I'm not mistaken.
Your ability to communicate.
Yes.
Yeah, but also but your brain is still moving, like it's still grinding along. Like there are things you want to imagine what it would feel like for someone that is trapped in, as I've heard in the past, in a body.
Yeah, my Uncle Pete, for example. suffered dementia. His brain was working fine, but he could not talk, and it was the most frustrating thing for him.
You think this would have helped him if he had was able to type it? Would he be able to do that?
Yeah, he would.
And
be
his
able to.
voice would pop up?
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have been so helpful for him because he would get, we'd bring down stuff like pictures or his yearbook, and we'd go through, and my dad and I would monologue for him, essentially, because he couldn't talk. And you could see him pained because he wanted to say something, and he couldn't. So this is amazing if that can be used for that. Yeah.
What about scammers, though, Oscar? What about the scammers?
I think this is beyond. This might be Apple getting ahead and just releasing this into the wild because scammers are already using the tools that we discussed where you can just clone people's voices.
Yeah, the AI.
The AI. So it's out there.
Well, I'm all for it, but not necessarily to help people with disabilities. I can see myself using it so I don't have to talk on the phone. And now a little something. A 28-year-old male driver in Colorado got pulled over on suspicion of DUI last Saturday, and at the last minute he tried to switch places, like you're wont to do so you're not behind the wheel of the car. However, he did it with his dog. The dog was in the passenger seat. The deputy actually witnessed this maneuver as he approached the vehicle. The man told the cop he wasn't driving the car. Then he got out of the passenger door and tried to make a run for it. He was 20 yards down the road before being caught and arrested. The weird thing is the dog wasn't the only other passenger. There were 2 sober people in the back seat.
It's
unclear why the man didn't try to switch with them, but obviously he wasn't in the sharpest state of mind. What nobody asked was, why was the dog riding shotgun?
That's true.
The dog, when asked, said, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have to take a break, and we will come back with more. I've done that dog voice for years. We'll take a break, come back with more fun right here. Baltimore story. Ooh, there it is. Welcome back. I'm not supposed to say welcome back.
That's okay.
Commercial.
It's all good.
What was your favorite childhood memory caught on film or videotape? Do you have any? Do you have a method to look at it? There's an easy way to match it, watch it, share it with family and friends, or post it. You don't have that, though, unless you find Legacybox. Legacybox will digitize all your good stuff, and you can send in your Legacybox filled with old VHS tapes, camcorders, pictures. Their team will professionally digitize everything by hand right here in the USA. I did a video for my mom years ago, and I cannot believe the hoops that I went through to get that done. With Legacybox, bam, send it to them. It's
done.
You get it back on a thumb drive or the cloud along with your originals. It's so simple. It's like magic. Order now at Legacybox.com. We've all used it. It's amazing. It brings your past into the present, and you can preserve it for the future because you can't put a price on memories. For a limited time, get started future-proofing your past and take advantage of an exclusive discount just for our listeners. Go to Legacybox.com/TMOS and revisit and share special memories from your past. That's Legacybox.com/TMOS. Oscar, Rob Spiewak came in here today with a pretty intense Baltimore story that he would not tell us about, and I'm very curious just what's going on here.
I love this because there's always sort of a rivalry between Washington and Baltimore, right? Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, because they're adjacent cities, but there seems to be a little bit of a friction thing.
Well, Don and I went up years ago to do the opening of the Orioles.
Right.
And in the middle of our live broadcast, they stood around our broadcast site going, Redskins suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Redskins suck.
But there is, look, in fairness to Baltimore, but someone who's worked there, and lived there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many beautiful parts of Baltimore. Baltimore gets a bad rap, even for business. The fact that Under Armour has its headquarters there and just what it's done for the city, I think that Baltimore needs a better PR, firm to give it a better.
Baltimore is better than
a better light. To paint it in a better light.
I think Baltimore is better than it was. But I did see this story in Washingtonian.
Here we go.
Which sort of makes Baltimore look a little silly.
Okay.
This week, the Old Bay Corporation, which is now owned by McCormick Spices.
And somebody put it on a margarita the other night over the weekend we were down here in
Florida. Put it on your fries.
It was fun.
Yes.
No, it's great. Old Bay.
Yeah.
Old Bay was paying a tattoo artist to do free Old Bay tattoos on anyone who would get an Old Bay tattoo on their body.
Old Bay on my crab so much that I told the tattoo artist that I want an Old Bay tattoo right there on my arm.
I love it.
And so
Genius.
but here's the thing.
Genius marketing.
Not only are they sort of making fun of this ad campaign, they keep pointing out the fact that the prize is once you get the tattoo and submit the picture,
What do you win?
you have a chance, Mike. A chance to win tickets to the Preakness?
Yeah. No, but
Another sort of not as good Baltimore event.
guys, this is on brand.
But self-mutilation without a dollar figure?
No,
Come
guys,
on.
you guys are out of touch.
Maybe.
First off, anybody that's going to get a can of Old Bay or even the logo put on them,
Oscar, that's pronounced logo.
logo,
Yes.
Is a Preakness goer.
hun, yes, they're infield.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
infield people.
But if you're getting
Let's
the
go.
tattoo this week, you're going to get that thing out in the sun? No good.
Let's go to the infield at the Preakness right now at Pimlico and get our man on the street who's got an interview. Who are you with there, Peter? I'm down here with a guy named Frank. Frank, how you join the Preakness right now? Thank you very much.
Oh, God, I've seen
Fellas.
it. I've seen it. I just want to say real quick,
Yes.
Oscar, hold that thought. I love the Kentucky Derby. I love watching the Kentucky Derby. And when I was young and uninformed, someone offered me tickets to the infield at Pimlico.
You weren't that young. You were an adult.
I was an adult, but I didn't
Right.
realize that it was not the same as going to a horse race. It was a horror show.
Yeah, but
was
you
a
were a
drink-a-thon.
square. You go
No,
there.
he was a partier back in those days.
Yeah, but he wasn't going with girls.
I went with my future wife, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
well, that's different.
I remember. How come I remember this?
Because there's
You
actually
come to my house afterwards or something?
No,
You-
but there's a legendary story is that this was after we were on a break and we were back together. And as we were leaving there, because we thought this is the worst thing we've ever been to get to the infield, there's a tunnel under the track.
I remember
right?
this story.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
And
I
so
remember
we
this.
walked under the
Yeah.
tunnel to leave, and it was sort of, we really wanted it to work. And I just said, I'm sorry, this is not working. As we walked under the tunnel, there was a guy sitting on a small folding chair, and he just looked down at the ground and vomited.
Okay.
And I turned to her,
An incredible romantic moment that was ruined by the puker.
but we both laughed, and I realized, you know what? We're still the right
Okay.
couple.
Oh,
So-
that's sweet.
but
That's
it's still,
sweet.
it's not a horse race.
Look, I'm no Baltimore apologist. You all know this.
Hello.
Hello. I'm here to apologize for
No,
Baltimore.
don't try. Don't even try. Don't even try.
Sorry.
All right, that's Oscar doing his Baltimore.
That's best I can do. Listen, you went with your future wife.
Yes, but we were dating.
Most people go with their friends from college and girls they want to sleep with or boys there they might get hammered enough to
Right.
make some mistakes.
Right.
The times I went was with with friends when I was in college, and then later on when we were on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
There was no expectations of seeing the horses. It was going to an infield tailgate. That's all it was.
See,
It's a-
I was
it's a-
so
it's a party.
misinformed. I was misinformed.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, because there's one event that I don't want to call it bucket list.
Yeah.
And I think there is a danger of me getting angry and having a horrible time. But I have always wanted to be on that par 3 at that Phoenix
Yes.
Open
Yes,
Management
correct.
Tournament.
Which I've been to.
You've been to.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Do you think at my advanced age that, and you just, for God's sake, for the love of God, you just called me out of touch. I would ask you, do you think there is is there a way that they would have tickets there where I just require a couple of things? I have a seat to watch it, and I have access to a facility.
My friend, who I owe a phone call to, because if you want to be a friend, you have to be a friend. I don't know if I said it wrong.
I
or not.
think that's
Yes.
Thank
not
you.
right. but-
Correct. You know what I mean.
Yes.
They have. If he would always get some sort of, I would say, respectable adult setup, the type of tickets that you would have, or you would
Like a sponsor suite
yes,
or something
but
like that.
they at the Phoenix Open they actually have what is equivalent around your what's a par 3, whatever hole that is.
Par 3. It's
Yeah.
a par 3.
That
Stadium par 3.
That,
I think it's the 16th hole.
That
the
sounds right.
16th hole, where they have what is almost an equivalent to club-like lounge areas where if you pay enough and you pay enough for the bottles and the sweet,
You get to look at all the yahoos going crazy.
Yes.
I'd
That's
be
the
there.
way to
I'd
do
go
it.
there for. I would go there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I would sit there for 6
Yes.
hours.
Now I don't know what that. I could ask Michael Corleone what that price tag
Does
was.
Michael have the juice still to get that kind
Oh,
of
of course. That hasn't changed.
Stuff? All right, I will commit this to you, and I'm saying this publicly
Bucket list.
for everybody. If you score it
Yes.
and you want to go,
Yes.
and you want to fly out, I will meet you out there,
Nice.
and we will have a boys' weekend.
Great.
And if you think you'd be wanting to be
Of course.
seen with the old fart,
You're not
You know
at
what I
all.
mean?
No, you're
Mike,
fine.
You're as fun as the next. You're actually more fun than the next guy because
If
You're willing to do
if
stuff.
we're just
'Cause I'm the
chilling,
next guy.
I'll be charming people walking around. There's nothing. What was that? I missed that.
well,
What did you
Rob
say?
is the next guy. He'd be our DD.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Rob,
be that
if
fun.
you want to go and be the DD and
I'd
keep
love
us
it.
all straight,
I'd
Yes.
love it.
Then
No, I
say-
wouldn't. I'd let you go out of your mind. I'd just take
no,
care of you.
I would love to do that.
That'd
Just
be
a
fun.
boys' trip.
Yeah. Now, Mike, there's one as a button on this Old Bay thing.
Yes.
And I again remember it's get a tattoo that you have the rest of your life and maybe get tickets to the infield.
Yes.
Did you know there is a close second crab seasoning in Baltimore? I'd never heard of it.
I probably do because I lived in Annapolis, Maryland for many, many years and the Eastern Shore.
I think it's an unfortunate name. It's made in Baltimore. It was established in 1946.
I'll know it when you say it.
It's called J.O. seasoning.
Yeah, I have heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah, put some JO on that.
Oh, my God.
What's the shaker look like?
There's a crab on it.
Okay, that's it. He gets the kicker.
All right.
He gets the kicker. Look
So,
at that.
Mike, there you go.
Look
so
at him.
If you don't want the Old Bay tattoo, just go ahead and get some J.O.
Wow, some J.O. I want my J.O. tattoo. What's the shaker look like? That is a funny line. He doesn't do it very often, but when he does,
killed
he
it.
scores.
He does what he does,
We'll
yes.
take a break. When we come back, I gotta promote my wife, or I'd be divorced. Welcome back to the mic. Oh, I said it. I don't
Mike,
wanna
it's
keep saying
okay.
that.
I like
no,
when
they
you
said
say
it sounds weird after whatever. Beat the heat with this. I have it in my Shakey's Pizza Cup or my Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut pizza cup.
glass.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a little boring. I always go with lemon lime.
Lemon
I love
lime
it.
is
Right
strong.
it is.
Absolutely.
You can beat the heat with Liquid IV. All the guys I play golf with are using it now. Just one stick. 5 essential vitamins. 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Yesterday was the surface of the sun down here. I'm
Yeah.
talking 92 with about 80% humidity.
That's the kind of weather that ruins medication.
Yeah.
That is the
Not
kind of
good
weather.
for Mounjaro.
Metal sweats in that. I swear to God, I go out to take my kid to school and the car is sweating.
Yeah.
Liquid IV, perfect for any time of day, anywhere, made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, soy. Try the new sea berry and strawberry lemonade flavors or stick with your old favorites. I love the Concord grape.
Oh,
Yum,
grape
yum,
is
yum.
so good.
Oh, it's good stuff. You are going to love it. Liquid IV has donated over, get this, 39 million servings to over 50 countries, making it a positive impact on the world. Be like me, drink Liquid IV and feel awesome. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. I told my wife I would do this. She is moving locations, and she is now in a temporary location leading up to where she will have a full-time retail space down here in Fort Myers, Florida. And I'd really like to give my wife props for, in a way, running toward the trouble. She has now picked out this very, very cool little shopping center down in Fort Myers. It's called Kingston Square.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make it into town, come see her. She is doing her local esthetician work down there, and she has just made herself into this businesswoman. And we thought we would be waiting a long, long time before she branched out on her own. It's terrifying, I'll be honest with you, to go into your own full-time business like this and branch out. But she's excited, and she's slaying the dragon for the O'Mara family, and we're excited. And she is really, really jacked about it. The cool thing about this, back at Hurricane Ian times, this place was underwater. This place is down where the flooding took place, and this shopping center has been completely and totally rebuilt and renovated, and they are still doing that. In fact, one of the spaces that's just down the, just a couple of doors down from her is this gorgeous ice cream parlor that they put in there, and it is so beautifully done. And the thing I like about it, for those of you that know the Fort Myers area, if you come down to Sanibel Island, which was devastated, it's very close to Sanibel. It's on the other side, obviously, but it is down where they got wrecked. I remember driving down there and seeing the boats up in the mangroves and all this. There is an outlet mall that's right in back of this shopping center that still has not started to rebuild, nor will they, perhaps. We don't even know. But these people down here in this area are the most resilient, courageous, and as Carla was looking around, she said, there are many, many opportunities that she's got, and there are. And it was just something about the charm, the old world charm and the old Florida charm of working down here with people that are being welcoming and taking her in there. There's a really wonderful group of mom and pops, and including
I
a great
applaud
little
her for doing it
restaurant
because
down there,
it's reinvesting in your community is what it is. Yeah,
and I'm proud of her. And look, is there the possibility something else could happen? Of course there is.
Always.
When you do that, you're taking a chance. You're taking a risk. But it's just pretty cool what they've done to the interiors of these places, and the work has yet to be done. I think they finished the new roof that was on there. The place was devastated. And, not devastated as much as certain areas. They were able to, keep the shell of it. But it's one of those places you get homes down here all the time, and you get businesses down here where they say, hey, the water came up this much. And that's the kind of place that we're talking about here. And then to look in, and I've only had the pleasure of looking in at one of them that hasn't been fully occupied yet, and they've got all the new drywall up and all the new tile up and all the new ceilings up and all the new light fixtures up, including my wife's space. But my wife's space has build-out items that she's going to select, and it's going to be a pretty little
that's
salon
awesome. So she's going to be in on the actual rebuild of her area.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be called the Derm Glow Facial Boutique, and she's really, really excited about it. And I'm very proud of her, and I just wanted to say that, and I really hope that if you visit Fort Myers,
how can we help? It's really
you know what? Yeah,
my
help
ask
by
of you.
You help by going to dermglowskin.com and buying her stuff. That's all I can say.
I would say stay tuned to the next commercial for many ways to help
good.
out.
Okay, good. I didn't even know we were giving her another commercial for that, and I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Is that okay with you?
And I think it's 1,000% okay with me. Any way we can. I really, really am. I'll be honest. She had to sell me on it a little bit. And then the more I thought about it, I said, well, what better place to go in to a new space? You're going to get the benefits of having brand new space.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the benefit of
helping
supporting
rebuild
an area that needs it, And it's like a lot of Florida.
Yeah.
You got certain shishi places here. You got certain trailer places here. You got all
You've got tents with adult entertainment.
The tent city right across the street. It is eclectic. That's how I would describe it.
She had to sell you on it. I'm glad that you two are on the same page because she'll need your support to make it happen.
Well, I'd give it to her no matter what.
But when she was selling you, how much of a factor was the ice cream parlor?
Oddly enough, when you talk about that, the ice cream parlor, I am not sure whether it is. It's got all the brand shiny new stainless steel.
Oh, I love it.
Refrigerator freezers in there, and I think it may be open, but I'm not sure. She showed it to me after hours, so we went down there. We're able to go through the
now.
Back
Is that a new thing? The ice cream parlor after hours?
It's they do a thing with the ice cream. I looked in there and I said, I will have to utilize self-discipline, because it is a large enough one where how you have the really teeny tiny ones, and then you have the ones that have a seating area where people hang out. There's a barber shop in there.
Oh, great.
There's a tailor shop in there. It's a real mom and pop little place. And there's the obligatory vape store that's in there as well. But
excellent.
It's a good one. If you like that kind of, and they also have things that you both enjoy too, for gummies.
Oh, sure.
It's just kind of cool, but it really is old school style. And just the mix of people was fascinating to
Love
me.
it.
So I'm excited.
That is
for
so
it.
good and good
It's
for her.
called,
Congratulations,
Kingston Square, future home of future permanent home of Derm Glow Skin. Right now, she's like working out of a broom closet, but she'll be in there when we come back from the great state of Maine, right at the beginning of July. And we could not be more excited about that. It was originally going to be August. They accommodated her because they need the business down there, and we're psyched. So onward and upward, Carla O'Mara.
That's
Get
excellent.
rolling on that, and start being a little nicer to me. I know you've had a difficult week. Okay,
But this is
just
what's
be a
great.
little nicer.
I called Mike yesterday just for some business conversations. And Mike is self-aware of like when he's maybe not done his part.
You have to say you did call me at the moment I was looking. I told you I freeze framed it.
Fair enough.
There was the story about the school
Of your son's
was
school on the news.
literally
Yes.
on the
Yes,
news.
yes.
It had been on before, but I froze it like as I'm looking
This
at
is
a
like
picture of his
Almost
school.
5 p.m., right?
Timing. All about timing.
And,
There's the lead.
And he he's like, yeah, Carla's I asked about Carla. I said, congratulations on you, Space.
Right.
He's like, yeah, all day she moved all her equipment and took care of everything. And then there's a pause because I'm waiting to hear like when he drove over and helped out.
Right.
He goes, and I played golf.
Oh.
This is where I help.
Yeah.
This is where I help my.
He goes, but I called to check in on her.
That's good. When you check in, you can see a problem before it happens and make arrangements.
And I wasn't asking for any of this context.
No.
I was just saying.
I was racked with Irish. I was a floating. I was a floating styrofoam beer container of Irish guilt.
Yeah, you wanted
was
to lead
wallowing
with
in
it. You wanted to lead with the fact that you didn't help
Yeah.
before
She did
anyone
a
asked
great
if you
job
helped.
moving. She's moved today. I played golf, and it was not. I don't think she's being completely forthcoming with me about it because I think that will rear its ugly head. No, it was not a deal where I was required.
Yes.
That's good.
It's like when we build a studio. We need you
Yeah.
when we need you.
Hey, there's certain types of labor I don't care for. I'll polish your watch though.
Yes. You've
Did
got the
she
rock.
feel that if you were there,
Look at my Hamilton. Look at that. Look at
Beautiful.
that nice shine on it.
that's a
Isn't it
nice
beautiful?
shine, Hamilton.
Beautiful.
Hamilton.
Now,
Show a little pride.
if you had helped her with the move, do you think you would have brought help or tension?
Tension.
Great question.
You see, then what
Yes.
you did was actually help out
Thank you,
in the
Rob.
best way you knew
Yeah.
how.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. I shot a good number too.
That's
I made
great,
20
too.
bucks.
Yeah.
I made $20.
That'll buy some ice cream.
Yes, sir. Oh, absolutely. And some gummies. And I haven't been in the bar next door either.
Oh,
There's a bar.
Oh, there's a big bar.
You didn't-
Freestanding.
you did not
shopping
mention
center
it.
here, freestanding bar here.
Ooh.
Kind of
Well-
old pastel colored wooden clapboard type of
Yeah.
place.
Like a
Really
beach
just
bar?
Super like a beach
Cool.
Yeah, well, it's a beach bar, but it's also like a bar shopping center. You go down to Sanibel, you see all these places.
Yes.
They're all
Yeah,
clapboards,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
all
yeah.
made out of wood. They're designed so they're breakaway for hurricanes.
like those fake
Well,
glass bottles.
Sanibel's like a nice neighborhood, right?
Well, it's not Sanibel. Let's
Okay.
make really
It's
clear.
near
it's on the other
Sanibel.
side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of different stuff.
North
down.
Sanibel.
Is it
No,
a?
it's not even on Sanibel. It's in Fort Myers. Stop it. Yeah. Yes.
Is the bar open?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's
there were
what
people,
you need.
it looked like it was doing a pretty hot little business when we bopped in on Sunday night.
Oh, good.
We went over when we got back from the beach. We drove over to check it out, and I couldn't be happier.
And
for
you
it.
enjoyed good service?
I enjoyed the news that she'd gotten everything moved in one day yesterday.
That is enjoyable.
So
And
long
your
to the
good
other
and your
joint.
good score at the course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fine
What
day.
did you shoot?
86. And I
Nice.
haven't been shooting in the 80s, so I'm very happy with that and enjoyed the company of men north of 70. We can break now. Thank you very much. That's very special. Good times. Yeah. Carla worked up a heck of a sweat.
I bet she did.
She did.
Yeah.
It's all done.
But you know what? She'll take care of that. She'll give herself a facial and
yes.
be more lovely than ever.
So, yeah, I'm happy for her. And hope she's happy with me, maybe by the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, when you want to look and feel your absolute best, there's one place to go. Derm Glow.
Yes.
Right now they have a mashup. sale. 23 incredible items up for grabs. I'm going to talk about the ones I like the most, all right?
All right.
I use this SPF, and I get out of the shower.
Sunscreen, yeah.
Like I did today. I took a lighter touch to it today because I'm not going to be spending a lot of time in the sun. I'm going to be in medical offices yelling at people. And so I just... But when I really have to go out in this 93-degree weather, I slather the stuff on, and it lasts all day. It lasts all day. Let me tell you how I know. I put the stuff when we were at the beach on my face and then on my body because we were going to be out by the beach. I put on the regular store-bought stuff, and it didn't work. I got a sunburn. I got a sunburn on my body. Face was perfect.
Are you peeling?
Not yet, but I know I will be. And I also like, she's got an amazing soap called the Repair Bar, and it's fantastic. Those are my two go-tos. I do it all the time. 23 incredible items up for grabs. Derm Glow ships everywhere. Thank you to the people that heard this commercial and got some stuff last night. We really appreciate it. They offer Afterpay. Think of Derm Glow for all your gift-giving needs. E-gift cards, luxurious body and skincare products, virtual skin consultations, and indulgent pampering facials. Something for everyone, and it's never too early to start planning for Father's Day. Show your dad some love with Mike's big package or Mike's little package. Both available at discounted prices right now. Don't miss out. Amazing deals. DermGlowSkin.com. Thank you very much. And now, is it already time for that
flip
thing?
it, baby.
It's already there. All right, very good. Let's go.
The flip side.
Canada. You know I'm not a real big fan.
No, yeah.
But I do like when there's unrest in the political system. They're having a mayoral debate in Toronto.
Okay.
And it was...
Big city.
Yeah, it is. And what's...
Duh.
Thank you, John Tesh.
A very big city, Canada. Yeah. Intelligence for your life. Toronto, one of the most populated cities in Canada.
So... They referred to this guy that
I have a new bit idea. Somebody, Pony, jot it down or somebody.
Got it.
We'll come up with a fake name. Obviousness for your life.
Love it.
I love it.
With John Squish.
Got it.
So they described this guy that we're going to hear as a perennial candidate and an activist, which to me says he's sort of a wingnut, which is why he was not invited to be part of this debate.
Okay.
So the two primary mayoral candidates are on stage, and this guy shows up.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Now, you will
Sir?
not fix an election if don't put your hands on me. That is assault. You will not threaten to shoot and watch this. Look at this. Get your hands
Why
off.
is he so close?
This is how. What are you going to do?
There an accent there of some kind?
Maybe.
Look at this. This is how you dismiss a game. Get your hands off me. This is a Canadian.
Okay.
I love how he fades out.
That's spectacular.
My God.
He was identified as Anthony Masiello.
Oh, stop it. How dare you?
I'm not.
Don't besmirch
not telling the truth.
Masiello name.
But it's really bad when you're referred to as a perennial candidate.
It's hysterical.
Just
I love that.
showing up.
That's
All right.
great.
Well, how do you feel about reading the signs of another baseball team? Do you think it's cheating?
Yes.
Or if they allow themselves to have their signs figured out, is it just sloppy gameplay?
It's cheating.
Okay.
It's cheating because they go through a lot of iterations to have it done. You know, I mean, the whole idea of the game is, what's interesting is when I say this, now I even question myself because the design of it is to keep it secret. You know?
Right.
As the catcher puts down signs and nobody else can see that, or they go out to the mound and they have a conversation. Yeah. And so there's a knowledge that the other team's trying to get the edge. So I'd like to retract my statement and say I'm not really sure. You have to take it on a case by case basis. But I understand there's a guy in Canada that disagrees with what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like that.
Excuse me.
Here he is.
Wait, what am I? I'm just making the point.
Election if
I'm
don't put your hands on me. That is assault. You will not threaten to shoot and watch this. Look at this. Get your hands off.
Why is he so close?
Why is he so close?
Where's the police? Look at this. This is how you dismiss a game.
So, Mike, it's funny that would be in Toronto because these are announcers from Blue Jays Radio.
Okay.
Okay, and Aaron Judge was playing up there. The Yankees were playing.
Yankee stud.
And both times he hit home runs yesterday, he was looking into his own dugout.
This is a controversy. I've been reading about this.
And it's funny because the announcers go all but call him on it. They
Okay.
almost do.
What is that?
Where's he looking?
Where is he looking? And he did it more than once.
Yeah, it's really, really unusual.
Just did it again. And he pummeled it. He hit it a country mile for his second home run of the night.
Great play-by-play.
Judge hit 2 homers in a game, and once again, he's looking at something, and then the next move is that powerful swing, and he blasts one to center field. I've not seen that before with him.
I love it.
That is just so beautifully subtle and observant and letting people think what they might think about it. I would love
cheater, pumpkin eater.
It's amazing. How could the Yankees ever cheat?
I bet it was just something to think about.
But don't they? Look, there's a lot of apologists for possible signal stealing.
Manager of the Red Sox, Alex Cora, was out of baseball for a couple of seasons.
Now he's back.
Yep. Back losing. He is.
Well, but didn't when Alex was with the Houston Astros
and with the Red Sox.
But wasn't there like a video relay?
Yes.
So it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
big scandal.
That's a bigger deal than like his
a video relay is another level than knowing what the catcher's doing.
Or his or in this case, what's being alleged is that Judge's teammates were signaling to him what's coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
If they've got a TV monitor back there and the catcher's giving signals to the pitcher, bingo, and they know what the signs are, they can relay it to the player. I mean, it happens all the time. It happens. It's been happening in baseball forever.
I know you're more of a baseball fan. Most people are more of a baseball fan than me. But it seems to me if the catcher is sloppy enough
I went to Cooperstown last year and protested, and they threw me out of Cooperstown.
Mike, we have tape
when
of
I
that.
went there. Okay.
We do.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Now you will
Sir?
not
That's Mike.
fix an election if don't put your hands on me. That is assault. You will not threaten to shoot and watch this. Look at this. Get your hands on.
Why is he so close?
Why are you so close?
I would like a gift sent to me sometime in the next couple of days. Sans the lady announcer.
Yeah.
Just the screaming?
I don't need her, just the man screaming.
Very good. All right, very good. And let's close with this. There's a wonderful comic, Nate Bargates. And he talks about the way things change from when you're in your 20s, when you're in your 30s, and when you're in your 40s. And I love this because we're all in different decades of our lives.
Right.
Like the seasons of a man's life.
Ah, yes.
And things change.
I miss being young. Your 20s are great. You're down for whatever. Your friends call you. They're like, do you want to go? You're like, I'll go. You don't even know where you're going. You're like, I'll move, dude. I'll set my apartment on fire. What do you want to do? Your 30s come, and you're like, where are we going? How late are they open? Is it loud? I am going to drive separate. Your 40s, I'm not going. I'm mad that you thought I would go.
And that are the seasons of a man's life.
True.
Mike, but
That
it's
is
true.
so true. That is awesome.
I'll burn my
I love
apartment
that.
down. We're going.
Unfortunately, for some of us in our 40s, it's like, well, another marriage in the books. Anyway, that's it. We, just telling the truth. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for helping out my lady, Oscar and Rob. I appreciate that. It's interesting times down here in Florida. Sorry I couldn't make it to the move. We'll see you tomorrow. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
82.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised.
Here's Johnny.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?